This is the most MAGA channel on YouTube, I promise you that, and we got a lot to talk about today on the program. I'm going to start with what's going to be one of the biggest liberal meltdowns that we have ever seen in our society when Elon Musk next week unbans all the conservatives. Now, let me ask you guys, how many conservatives do you think were banned? Put a number on it. How many conservatives do you think were banned that Elon Musk is going to unban on Twitter? I know it's hard to put a number to it. We're getting ready to come on. It is Black Friday, people. It's hard to put a number on that, but here we go.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. It is Black Friday, and we are here live. We were here live on Thanksgiving. We are here now live the day after Thanksgiving. And man, oh man, do we have a lot to talk about. Elon Musk is turning the world of the left upside down, as he has said that he will be unbanning all those banned conservatives from Twitter. He's going to start doing it next week. I'm going to talk about that because this is huge. This is huge. I mean, I want you guys, I was asking everyone in the YouTube live chat room to put a number on it. You know, there's a lot of, and the number would be, how many conservatives do you think were banned on Twitter just because they were conservative? And, you know, not all of them are famous people. Mike Lindell of My Pillow will be one. Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos. There's a lot of big names there, but there's also an unknown number of people who were banned. Is it thousands? Is it hundreds of thousands? Is it in the millions? Is it over a million? South of a million? There's no way to know. And I'm curious, when someone gets unbanned, like a friend of mine, Juanita Broderick, Clinton rape victim, she was unbanned last week, or was it earlier this week? And she was on there. I don't know how she knew. Do you get a notification, or do you have to try to sign into your account? I don't know exactly how that works. But Elon Musk ran a poll asking if he should unban people who were banned who did not break the law or do like crazy spam. And the poll won out, huge numbers in favor of it. And he said yesterday afternoon, it will begin next week. And when this poll was being run yesterday, this is really huge. You have no idea, really. I don't think we realize how big of a deal this is. Even me, who knows how big of a deal it is, don't understand the full impact, but we'll process it. I was hoping he would start doing it yesterday and today. Like when he did the poll on Trump, it was almost immediate. But then I realized there's two reasons that he's doing it next week. The main one is this. The reason that he didn't start doing it yesterday and today, or even the weekend, he said it will begin next week. It's got to begin. It can't all be done at once because the number of people that have been banned is so large. To unban them is a process that may overload servers if they just flip the switch and unban them all. There's a process they got to go through. But I think the reason that Elon Musk is waiting until next week to start doing it is because, like Donald Trump, he's a marketing genius. And I mean, look at the spacesuits the SpaceX guys wear. That's a marketing genius. Those are the coolest spacesuits ever. And it will dominate the news next week. In fact, if he starts doing it next week, the news cycle will be all about this. So I think from a PR viewpoint, he's waiting till next week to start doing it. And when some of these big names, Milo and Mike Lindell and many, many others, are all of a sudden back on Twitter, they're going to be back in force. And, you know, these wokesters that have been running Twitter, and that is an accurate descriptor, wokesters. Remember, Elon found that closet full of T-shirts at the Twitter headquarter office closet that said#StayWoke. So they are wokesters. They are admitted and proud wokesters. they were banning people simply because they disagreed with their politics. We've known this. And they were so arrogant about it. The way I always tell people to think about it is if you've ever seen the Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin, not the remake, the Harry Hamlin one, I love that movie. I've seen it many, many times. You guys know Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin? When you see the gods in Mount Olympus in that movie, they have a little figurine, and they're up on Mount Olympus, and there's a figurine for every person on Earth, and they just toy with people. That's how the Twitter people were acting in this country towards people like President Trump, Mike Lindell, Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos, and all these others. They were gods on the social media Mount Olympus that answered to no one and were toying with the world. And now they're out, Elon's in, and when this unbanning of these conservatives begin next week, it's going to change so much. First off, there's going to be a mass exodus of leftists from Twitter. There really is. They're already leaving, but there's going to be a mass exodus. But Twitter, people don't realize that aren't on Twitter. Twitter drives the entire news cycle in every media form there is. Radio and television, other internet news, YouTube channels. A lot of the big YouTubers, what they do is they find what's trending on Twitter and they make videos about it. And the news, probably since Trump came down the escalator, that's when Twitter became so important and powerful, because Trump was using it very effectively. But since then, Twitter has been driving the news cycle for about 6-7 years. And now the driver of the news cycle in every aspect of news is not only been taken over by someone who's a decent person and supports freedom like Elon Musk, but we are now about to get a massive wave of conservatives that have been banned for all kinds of reasons. And again, these are not just famous people. The ones that are famous will get press and you'll hear about them and they'll be trending and everything else. But there are an unknown number, got to be over 1 million, of regular people like you and me who were banned from the Twitter and throttled down and shadow banned and everything else. And when those things, because people haven't been able to sit down with Elon and do a detailed interview over this, I'm curious about the shadow banning too. When the unbanning happens, has the knob been turned off of the shadow banning? And this is bigger than many people will realize until long after it's done. The left are already having meltdowns over Thanksgiving. All right, now, of course, it is Friday. It's Black Friday. We are here live the morning after Thanksgiving. I turned down very nice wine at dinner, Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, because I said, no, I can't. I want wine. Cannot have any wine. Got to be up early, be on the radio in the morning. But I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. But it is Friday. And Fridays is always open phones here on the program. So it's Open Phone Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. One of our listeners, Christine in Pennsylvania, came up with that. I think that's a great descriptor. Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Fridays. You are not limited to the topics that Steve and I bring up on the program. Although I do want to hear your thoughts on Elon Musk unbanning everyone on Twitter. And look at these liberal crybabies, because there's going to be people that have an opinion on there that they don't agree with. They're all threatening to leave the platform. And some of them are leaving the platform. So we'll get into all of that on the program. Our number, 888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You know what Elon wants to do is he wants to make Twitter great again.
That's right.
When was Twitter great? When was Twitter the greatest? When Trump was there and he was basically living rent-free in the media's head.
That's right.
You know?
This is exciting. I mean, is there anyone in particular? There's 3 people that I'm very much looking forward to being unbanned when this starts. Mike Lindell, Laura Loomer, and Milo Yiannopoulos. Those are my top 3 that I'm really looking forward to being unbanned from Twitter.
Yes, especially Mike Lindell.
Oh, yes.
You know, if Elon unbans all these people that have been talking about the 2020 election and what.
Yeah, and then also he's I'm up against the break, but thanks for the call. You know, he's also going to release what the New York Post. When they had the Hunter laptop story, he's going to release all the internal memorandums involving that. And then once he does that, and we see what went into suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop, they're going to get into releasing information on other things like banning President Trump, all the internal emails. We're in the beginning of one of the most exciting December, because it's not even December yet, but we're at the beginning of what is going to be the biggest December news cycle in decades with what Elon Musk is doing to Twitter. All right, we're going to take our first break of the hour. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show. We'll take our break and come back with your calls after this. Scott, $20 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thanks Scott. Rich, I don't hear anything. It's dead. Everyone thanks Scott for that super chat. Thank you so much, Scott. $20 super chat. Yeah, I don't hear anything. Is it dead air? What's going on? Nothing. I got it now. It's on now. They did some maintenance, so some things were out of whack. Oh. This is bigger than people realize. It really is bigger than people realize. This is the biggest news story, you know, because I'm going to go through this article on it. They're already having meltdowns, and it hasn't even happened yet. Everyone have a good Thanksgiving? Oh yeah. When these hated people like Milo and Mike Lindell and Loomer all of a sudden are tweeting, can you imagine the reaction from the left? It's going to be insane. Insane. Are most people off work today or back to work? What is it? Are people off work today or back to work? There were more cars on the road today than yesterday when I came in. But he's going to start doing it next week. It makes sense, because if he does it next week, the news, yeah, most people are off, yeah. You go back to work today. It's hard to believe it's almost December. You've been off work all week. Wow, lucky you. I could have taken off today and yesterday. I chose to work. They think I'm nuts here at the radio station. There's lots of great Black Friday sales at mypillow.com. I'm going to talk about them right now.
With Brian Craig.
Yes, it is. I'm Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We are here live the morning after Thanksgiving. It is Black Friday, and there is no better place to shop on this Black Friday than MyPillow.com, where you will find great gifts that the recipient will have and remember for years to come. My wife and I always buy MyPillow products for people, and when we do, they're gifts that they tell us about for years. You know, and it's a gift that people remember. They really do, because they enjoyed each and every night. And there is something for everyone on your gift-giving list. Huge Black Friday specials. You know, my favorite MyPillow product, the one that's the most life-changing, is the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. It turns your whole mattress into a MyPillow, and I've had it for a year and a half. It is life-changing. You will get well-rested night's sleep each and every night like you have not had maybe ever, really. And it's 50% off. It makes a great gift for your spouse because you get the benefit of it. But whoever is on your gift-giving list, get them that 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. It comes in the perfect packaging for wrapping, and it comes in every mattress size there is. It's also great for your kids, your grandkids, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, friends, co-workers. If you're an employer, it makes a great gift for your employees so they're well-rested when they come to work. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper does come in every mattress size, from twin all the way up to California King and Split King and every size in between, including the RV Queen, if you're an RV person. But if there's a mattress, there's a 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper that fits it. It is 50% off with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E at checkout. 50% off when you use our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. So, yeah, Elon Musk is going to unban everyone who was banned starting next week on Twitter, and the left are having freakouts. The Associated Press, listen to this. Out of San Francisco, they of all the AP offices, they had the San Francisco office write the story on it. New Twitter owner Elon Musk said yesterday that he's granting amnesty for suspended accounts, which online safety experts predict will spur a rise in harassment, hate speech, and misinformation. Now, when this article came out, Elon Musk actually commented on it. They didn't get a quote from him, but he commented on it. He said, "Who are these so-called online safety experts?" Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. You know who the biggest bulliers were on the internet? Who were the biggest bullies on the internet? You know who? Those leftist wokesters that worked at Twitter. That's who. The billionaire's announcement came after he asked in a poll posted in his timeline to vote on reinstatements for accounts that have not broken the law or engage in egregious spam. The yes vote was 72%. The people have spoken. Amnesty begins next week, Elon Musk tweeted, using the Latin phrases that mean the voice of the people and the voice of God. Elon Musk used the same Latin phrase after posting a similar poll last weekend before reinstating President Trump. Such online polls are anything but scientific, the AP writes, and can be easily influenced by bots. Well, now, Elon Musk smoked out a lot of bots. He's been smoking out bots with his polls, and he smoked out a whole chunk of them in the Trump poll. But you know, the bots come from the left. Conservatives are honest people. We are law-abiding, honest people. We don't do bots. The leftists do the bots. And he smoked out so many of the left liberal bots on the Trump poll and banned them from the platform that they couldn't get the numbers up on this one. In the month since Elon Musk took over Twitter, groups that monitor the platform for racist, anti-Semitic, and other toxic speech say it's been on the rise in the world's de facto public square. You know, this is the deal when it comes to free speech in America. Justice Scalia said something that was brilliant. He said many things that were brilliant, but one thing Scalia once said, he said, you don't need the First Amendment to protect popular speech. You need it to protect unpopular speech. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, not that conservative speech is not popular or mainstream, because I believe it's much more popular in the majority opinion than anybody realizes, because the left control the media so much and suppress conservative ideas and speech. But this is all about the First Amendment. And it takes an immigrant like Elon Musk to understand that. So they say, racist, anti-Semitic, and toxic speech has been on the rise. Speech has been on the rise in general in every category on Twitter, because Elon Musk has made Twitter relevant again. That has included a surge in racist abuse of World Cup soccer players that Twitter is allegedly failing to act on. This is the AP. I don't know what they're talking about. The uptick in harmful content is in large part due to the disorder following Elon Musk's decision to lay off half the company's workforce, firing top executives, and then institute a series of ultimatums that prompt hundreds more to quit. Also let go were an untold number of contractors responsible for content moderation. Oh, yes. Those were the ones making all the decisions, the content moderators. On October 28th, the day after Musk took control, he tweeted that no suspended accounts would be reinstated until Twitter formed a content moderation council with diverse viewpoints that would consider the cases. On Tuesday, he says he was taking back that promise because he had agreed to at the insistence of a large coalition of political social activist groups who later broke the deal by urging advertisers to stop advertising on Twitter. So he agreed with these leftist groups that he would work with them, with the council, and then they went and started a boycott against Twitter. So he said no. And since the leftists are threatening to leave the platform and boycotting it and harassing it and everything, he's opening it up to conservatives. And I love how these liberals are whining already. Well, he's only unbanning conservatives. Well, yeah, because liberals weren't banned by the wokesters that were running the joint before. A report from the European Union published Thursday said Twitter took longer to review hateful content and removed less of it this year compared to 2021. Well, who cares what the European Union has to say? They got us involved in 2 world wars. That's where the Holocaust came from. They're about to get us into the 3rd World War. I really don't care what the European Union has to say. Do you? And also, the Europeans brought slavery to North America. The Europeans wiped out the Native American populations of South America with the conquistadors. So who cares what the Europeans think? That's right. Oh man, our number, toll-free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. This is exciting. Oh man, is this exciting. The reason this is happening is many, but liberals have a boundary problem. And what had happened is the Twitter people banned Babylon Bee from Twitter. And that is reportedly the thing that they did. They got Elon Musk saying, hey, I'm going to buy it. And he did it. And he's turned the world upside down, and it's going to continue. And the effects on the news cycle from this are going to be huge. All right, now listen, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. When we get back, I'll take some of the calls that are on hold. If you'd like to call in, please do. And again, Fridays is always open phones on the program. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. It is Open MAGA Mike Friday. You are not limited by the topics that we bring up. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. I'm so glad I had no wine yesterday with my Thanksgiving. I heard some people on television complaining about turkey. I love turkey. I love turkey with some gravy, especially the white meat, huh? Oh, man. It's Black Friday. We're here live. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this. Turkey with some gravy, especially the white meat, huh? Oh, man. It's Black Friday. We're here live. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back right after this. There we go. It doesn't get better than this, people. Doesn't get better than this. All right. I have so much to talk about on the program. Oh, yes. Biden's big scam. Another scam I predicted Biden was up to, and I was proven right. I'll get to that when we get back from the break. I'll be right back. Yeah, I heard that, Rome. I heard it when it first happened. Originally. I'm getting a lot of text messages from people. It's better for people to call me on the air than text message me. But my text messages are blowing up this morning. I guess people are antsy. You know, they've been off for a couple days, getting bored, so they're texting me. I got up really early today. I set my alarm. I got up at 2:30 this morning to go through the news and everything. Although the news the day after Thanksgiving, it doesn't take that long to get through it. Yes, very opinionated, Michael Todd. Yeah, I stopped at a gas station this morning. I'm in my wife's car because I'm getting new tires on a car today from Friendly Tire. And it's got half a tank of gas. So I pulled into a gas station down the street from the radio station and to get gas. And I had the windows down because the weather's nice. And a guy rode up to me on his bicycle, and it's like, hey, boss, hey, boss. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. So I just drove off. I was like, I don't think so. That was not a good gas station to get out at. I remember when Broward was the 305. Yeah, I don't do that happy holiday thing. By the way, guys, this is one of our YouTube watchers wrote this great book, Pool Boy to the Mob, Robert Allen Miltenberg. It's on YouTube, or on YouTube. He watches on YouTube. His book is on Amazon. Buy it. He, in the 70s, worked at a mob-owned hotel as a pool boy, and he wrote this book about it. Pool Boy to the Mob. Everybody get out of the pool. Don't you like that? Welcome to Mob Miami Beach. It's on Amazon. It's well reviewed, so order it. You'll love it. It's pretty funny. Mob Miami Beach. Oh, I love that poll. I was so excited.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It is Black Friday. We are here live on this Black Friday, and I want to tell you guys about Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. If you've got a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof, you want to call Tom Laporta. He will never sell you a roof you don't need, and he does great work. By the way, he covers the entire state of Florida. He works on every type of building there is, residential, HOAs, apartment buildings, office buildings, churches, warehouses, whatever type of structure you have, he can do the roof work for you. I've seen his work on Steve's house. It is amazing. And he's a good MAGA guy. Now, he's also a Florida roofing and general contractor, which is the highest level of contractor's license in the state of Florida. And if you have a homeowners association, you want to call Tom Laporta. He is a maestro with the HOA. Steve's HOA hates Steve because of Steve's politics, you know. And they hate him like the plague. And he had to go through HOA approval for the work on his home. And Tom Laporta handled all of that for Steve. He had no problems whatsoever. So give him a call. Now, again, he covers the entire state of Florida, and this number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. Online, LaportaContracting.com. Okay, now, something I predicted has come true involving the man who I believe is the most corrupt person ever to be in the White House, and that, of course, is Joe Biden. I mean, he's just a corrupt public official. That's it. And I told you guys that Biden was emptying the oil out of the national reserves for personal profit. And now we're finding out that it is true. President Trump filled the oil reserves, filled them up, like overfilled them. Do you know how much President Trump paid per barrel of oil when he filled up the oil reserve? How much was a barrel? Do you know? $24. That's right. Donald Trump, he filled up the entire oil reserve, every last drop it could hold, for $24 a barrel. Do you know? And Biden now is going to refill it. Do you know how much it's costing a barrel to refill it? Now remember, President Trump paid $24 a barrel. How much is a barrel of oil costing Biden? You think, you know, he may get a discount if he wants it. He doesn't care. It's the government's money, but except for his kickbacks, because it's like a bulk sale. President Trump paid $24 a barrel to fill up the oil reserves. Joe Biden is paying $70 a barrel. $70 a barrel. Isn't that something? I've told you guys there are certain groups and organizations and businesses that you think are conservative, and they're not. And the main one is the oil industry. The oil industry love high gas prices. Why wouldn't they? Anything that you're selling, you want to be able to sell it for as much as you possibly can. It's business. So, you know, people think that the oil companies are in bed with the Republicans. That is not the case, because when Democrats are in office, oil prices are at their highest. Although they were pretty high at the end of G.W. Bush, because he was another crook. at the end. I was paying $4.25 for super unleaded because that's all they had at the gas stations the last couple of weeks GW was president. But that's that's another type of grift that he was running. The oil companies like Democrats in power. In fact, I would not be surprised. All this talk, we got this idiot climate czar, John Kerry, flying around and all these climate deals and green and rising seas. It would not shock me if we found out. I'm not saying this is true, but it wouldn't shock me. I don't think this would shock you either. Would you be surprised if the entire green movement was secretly funded by oil companies? Of course it wouldn't. Of course it wouldn't. Because all that green regulation, oil, the price of oil is based on the supply and the future expectation of supply in the market. So when Joe Biden shuts down oil production, prices go up. That's just the way it is. When environmental regulations cause fewer refineries to be, one of the things that liberals have with their green stuff that's been going on long before global warming is, I don't know what the number is today, because I haven't talked about this in a long time and looked it up, but the gas that we use here in Florida, you can't use in California, right? How many different formulas are there for gasoline? Gasoline formulas are regulated by the states, and there's a whole bunch. It used to be like a dozen. I don't know what it is today. It's probably more. And they've limited our refineries, the left. And because there's all these different formulas for gas, and they just can't make a gallon of gas that can be used everywhere in the country, they have all these different recipes and formulas, it drives up the price of gasoline. You don't think the oil companies like that? Of course they do. It drives up their profit. That's the American way. It's capitalism, but we got to be honest about it. The oil companies are not on our side. The oil companies love Joe Biden, not Trump. The oil companies hate Trump. Gas was too cheap. Oil was too cheap. Yeah, we were the #1 exporter, but the price was so cheap, they weren't making enough profit per barrel. They're making more money now producing less than they were when we were the top oil producer. And these are things you got to realize. Same goes for the gun manufacturers. The gun manufacturers, guns and ammunition sell at the highest rates when Democrats are in power. So this whole idea that these different industries and companies and everything else are conservative and everything, no. They're in with the Democrats. That's just the way it is. And, we got to know who our friends are. Now, I'm not attacking the oil companies for this. Like I say, it's business, and everyone wants to be able to sell what they make or what they're offering to the public at the highest price possible, at the highest profit. There's nothing wrong with profit. I'm not a leftist communist. But believe me, the oil companies love Joe Biden, hate Trump, and remember, his first Secretary of State came from the oil industry. And how did that work out? Didn't work out very well. I've forgotten his name. What was his name? Oh, he's from the oil industry. He loves Republic. No. If you're in the oil industry, do you want to sell a barrel of oil for $24 a barrel or $70 a barrel? You want to sell it for $70, right? It's the same amount of labor. In any business, one of the highest expenses for a company is labor cost. So that $70 barrel and that $24 barrel of oil, it's the same labor cost, right? Except you're selling it. Yeah, Tillerson, that was his name. Except you're selling it for almost 3 times. The same thing now. There's this new thing with Biden talking about, he had a slip of the tongue because he's got dementia, but he was talking about we need to ban semi-automatic weapons, which is almost every gun there is. Certainly the handguns. I've got semi-auto and revolvers. I like revolvers. I like semi-auto. I like them both. But, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen? Semi-auto sales are going to go through the roof. You know, when I went and bought a gun, my most recent gun, my Glock 48, which I love that Glock 48. It's perfect for carry. I got the Glock 48 after the Democrats took over, and guns were in short supply because anytime Democrats are in power, they talk about gun control. People rush to the stores and buy guns and ammo because they want to buy them so they're grandfathered in. Remember when Clinton brought in the assault weapons ban? I had a friend who had an AK-47 before the Clinton assault weapons ban. He paid less than $400 for it. And I remember right as the assault ban was being talked about, we went to a gun show and they were selling for like $1,500 the same gun just a few weeks later. Right? That's how it works. All right, now listen, we're going to take our last break of the hour. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. It's Black Friday, and we are here the day after Thanksgiving. 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this. We are here the day after Thanksgiving. 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this. Okay. Oh, man. Steve Kane Show. Okay, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Okay, hold on.
Exclusions and restrictions apply. The following message is sponsored by the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Medicare open enrollment is October 15th to December 7th. Volunteers with the Florida Department of Elder Affairs SHINE program are available to help with your Medicare questions, virtually or by phone during COVID-19. SHINE is open and ready to help you with local and unbiased counseling and assistance. Visit floridashine.org or call the Elder Helpline at 1-800-963-5337.
show is on the air.
All right, we are back. Welcome on this Black Friday. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us in progress later on. Now, of course, you do not even have to leave your house, your bed, your chair. Maybe you're even in the bathroom. You don't even have to leave the bathroom to do your Black Friday shopping. Go to mypillow.com. Use our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, for huge savings. Now, you can take advantage of any special you see at mypillow.com, not just the ones I highlight. Now, I just looked. If you go to the Black Friday specials, huge savings with our promo code KANE. There are a whole bunch of new sets with different colors, patterns, and styles of MyPillow pajamas for both men and women. They're 50% off. There's many different sets, two-piece sets of pajamas for both men and women, and these are also the clothes that you can wear around the house when you just want to be comfortable around the house. 50% off when you use our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And of course, yesterday I discovered the Christmas pillow special. The MyPillow Christmas special, normally $59.98, just $19.98 with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. And what I learned yesterday is you get two Christmas pillows with that. There's two different types of Christmas pillows at mypillow.com. Now, these are my pillows, so you can sleep on them. They've got that patented fill in them and everything. But they're Christmas pillows, and there's two types. There is the regular Christmas that has like reindeer and Christmas trees and snowflakes on it, which are cool and beautiful, and they're got all those great colors of Christmas. There, you get two for $19.98, just $59.98. So I thought it was just one. You actually get two. And then there's a second style of Christmas pillow. And on one of them, it has a Christmas tree with presents and reindeer and all of that. But the second one is a nativity scene. And these MyPillow Christmas pillows, I'm going to get both sets of them. So I'm going to get all four of them. They're great for decorative pillows around the tree, on the couch, in the chair, but they're also filled with that patented fill that you can sleep on. And yeah, and they are $19.98, normally $59.98 with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. Now again, you can take advantage of all these specials with our promo code. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, KANE. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Know that our promo code works in the UK.
Jerry from Jersey.
And such. Hey, Jerry in Jersey, what's up?
Just before the bottom of the break, I think you made a very racist statement.
Oh, what did I say? It's Black Friday?
No, you said you like the white meat. You got something against the dark meat? How dare you? In the words of that Swedish girl.
Uh-huh. How dare you? Yes, Greta Thunberg, yes. Okay. Which do you, doesn't everyone prefer the white meat?
Racist comment, sir.
Okay, all right. But hey, listen, it's the day after Thanksgiving. I'll give you credit for the attempt.
I know, right.
I got excited because when someone calls me a racist, I love those calls, and...
Come on.
Okay, all right. Hey, appreciate it. Take care. I was really hoping he was a liberal calling me a racist. I wanted to hear it. I love to be called out by liberals. I didn't realize it was going to be a bad joke. I wouldn't even call that a dad joke. That was just a bad joke. And he held on for quite some time for that. I don't know. Held on a little long for that one. Okay, now, there is a man that I call the Judas of Mar-a-Lago. His name is Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, he has assumed he was going to be the Speaker of the House for quite some time now. Like the last couple years, I keep hearing from everyone, even Steve Scalise, who we all have respect for, says he's going to be the Speaker, Kevin McCarthy. And then now, after Nancy Pelosi was fired by Donald Trump, and we have these MAGA Republicans taking over the House, it's not such a sure thing that Kevin McCarthy is going to be Speaker of the House. So Kevin McCarthy, he hates all of us. He hates Trump. He hates MAGA. He hates you. He hates me. He likes liberals and never Trump or Lincoln Project types. So he's going out there trying to sound MAGA. He's not going to put Ilhan Omar on this committee, somebody else, some other jerk's not going to be on that committee. And now he's announced Kevin McCarthy says that he will open up the Capitol to the public after the GOP takes over in January. The U.S. Capitol is set to become more accessible to the public in January after Republicans take control of the House, because we take over in the first week of January, said Kevin McCarthy. Over the 117th Congress, much of the Capitol, particularly the House of Representatives, remain inaccessible to members of the public because of January 6th, all right? The galleries of both chambers, access to offices, public tours, the rotunda, all closed. Kevin McCarthy says opening the Capitol to the public would be his first order of business. All right, a couple things about this. First off, don't buy any of this MAGA line that's coming from Kevin McCarthy. He is a snake. He is a liar. Don't believe him. He's trying to sound conservative. He's trying to sound MAGA. Now, he thinks he's a conservative. He's like a conservative like Liz Cheney. Now, if he ends up being speaker, we got to deal with it, and Trump will have to work with him. I get all that. But we really don't want him to be speaker. Is there any MAGA person that wants Kevin McCarthy to be the speaker? I don't know of any. If you're MAGA and you want him to be speaker, I'd love to hear why. But he's almost every day for the past week, there's been something that he has said that sounds conservative. So he's trying, there's a few things about this. So he's going to open up the Capitol to tourists. Now, I've been there as a tourist. Many of you have. And it's interesting and cool and all of that. But there's a couple problems with this. One, he's fake and a liar, and he's trying to act like he's one of us by supporting all of these ideas. That's one. But the other is, it's also a setup, because the minute that the Capitol is open to the public, you're going to have people in there wearing their MAGA hats. And not everyone that wears a MAGA hat is MAGA. Remember Sullivan, Epps, and others. Remember all of them on January 6th? It just takes one person with a MAGA hat on to do something when they're open to the public to, boom, blame MAGA for something else. Kevin McCarthy. Now, again, I think the Capitol should be should be open to the public. You know, I think it's a cool thing, and it's been shut down for a long time because of COVID and then January 6th. And, you know, kids in school, like fifth graders, have taken field trips to D.C. For decades, and they go in there, and they go in the gallery, and it's a cool thing. But Kevin McCarthy is setting us up. He's running two grifts here. The first grift is he wants to sound MAGA, and the second one is there's going to be someone with a MAGA hat who's going to go in there and do something, and we're going to get blamed for it, and then boom, MAGA gets clammed down on. So I just don't trust this guy, and he is just bad news. I mean, why does he want to be speaker? Because, you know, this is so interesting with Kevin McCarthy. Why is he there? Because it's like he's entitled to it. Right? Like he feels like he's entitled to be the Speaker of the House. Well, that's not how I look at it at all. And we've got to stay as far away from Kevin McCarthy as he can. Now, again, if he does become the Speaker, we're going to have to deal with it. I mean, we you know, if our victory would have been larger, maybe with MAGA people, it would have been a sure thing that he wouldn't be Speaker. But I don't know if we have enough MAGA Republicans in there to stop it. And a lot of people, when they're new, they don't know how things work. And these lifetime government elected officials, people like Kevin McCarthy, were in Congress before they were congressmen, right? They worked for other Congress people, and they know how things work. And when you first go to Congress, it's like any other new place. It takes you a while to know how things work. So even if he doesn't have the support, he could wrangle some way to become the Speaker. So he's likely to be the Speaker, but Kevin McCarthy is not sure of it yet. That's why he's trying to act so MAGA. And I would love to go and visit Washington, and I love the Smithsonian. Yeah, any of you guys have been to the Smithsonian, you know what I mean. It is just a great place to visit, but it's not the place for MAGA people to go right now. Washington, D.C. It's too many libs up there. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Bill from Sanford.
Hey, Bill.
I have a question. Has anybody asked Kevin whether or not you'll appoint Marjorie Taylor Greene to any committees?
Yeah, remember, he took Marjorie Taylor Greene off of committees. Remember? No.
She's not on any. Well,
Is she not on any committees now? I don't know if she's... No, I think he took her off... I could be wrong. I thought he took her off a couple of committees. She's still on some committees. Isn't she?
subcommittees, I think.
Well, she was a freshman, you know. You got to work your way up to the big boys, I guess. You know, I don't hear Kevin McCarthy telling us why he should be speaker other than he feels he's owed it.
Well, I agree with you as far as being anti-MAGA. The other question, I have a question. What about Mark Meadows? Would he be eligible for speaker?
Anyone is eligible for speaker. You don't have to be in Congress to be speaker. Anyone is eligible. You could be speaker.
Is he a MAGA person?
Mark Meadows? Yeah, absolutely. Mark Meadows? Yeah, Mark Meadows can be trusted, yes.
That may be an alternative other than a sitting congressman.
To my knowledge, even though you don't have to be in Congress to be speaker, to my knowledge, and I stand to be corrected, but I don't think that's ever happened. Even though you don't have to be a member of Congress, it's not stated, I don't think someone has been speaker who's not a member. And if it has happened, it was in 1800 something. I just don't think that's ever happened. That's kind of like a far-fetched thing. It'd be cool and interesting. I don't even know how that would work, because if they're not in Congress, they wouldn't even have a vote.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe, I don't even know if they'd be able to speak.
Well, anyways, I really enjoy your program.
Well, thank you.
Great analogy of what's going on, and we'll see what happens. And I hope that they can replace
McCarthy.
The
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, I got to run for the top of the hour, but thanks for the call from Sanford, Florida. We'll be back right after this. Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, I got to run for the top of the hour, but thanks for the call from Sanford, Florida. We'll be back right after this. Steve Kane Show. Yeah. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. All right. Unbelievable. Steve Kane Show. Yep, hold on. Steve Kane Show. And then there's only one opening on the board. No one is deleting Sunlay Risen. Sunlay is a liar. I just went through the chat. No one is deleting them. They're a liar. Yes, they're deleting their own messages and claiming they're being censored. What a jerk. All right, welcome back. It is Black Friday. I am Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Only one opening on our very busy board of calls at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Have you guys called Sloman's to get your free doorbell camera yet? You should. You will love it. It's so convenient. Of course, there's the security aspect because you've got the high-definition recording both day and night. It's connected to the alarm system, all that great stuff. But I use it mostly for convenience. I can see who is at my door. I can see who's in my front yard. I can see who is in my driveway. I can see everything, and it's awesome. And you can get a doorbell camera for free. That's right. And when you call Sloman's, they'll tell you how. I'm going to give you the number. When you call, make sure you tell them you heard them on the radio. No matter where you're located, call them, all right? And they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. It's so great in this age with all the deliveries. We get everything delivered. We don't even go to the grocery store. We do Instacart, Amazon, everything. We do not even go to the store, my wife and I. Everything is delivered, and it's so convenient having that doorbell camera, knowing who is there. We can talk to them even if they don't ring the bell. It's nice. And you can get one for free. And it's a great security measure. I get notifications anytime there's movement at the door, no matter where I am. Right now I can look at my front door and see what's going on there if I choose. I get notifications during the show. And no matter where you are in the world, you can talk to people at the door. They don't even know you're not home. It's amazing. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. All right, let's go to the phones now. A lot of news going on today that we've talked about. Elon Musk is going to unban all the conservatives that have been banned starting next week. We were talking about the importance of that. But it is open phones on Friday. Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mark from Billings, Montana.
Hey, Mark in Montana. What's up?
Well, Thanksgiving went for you and Kathy.
It went okay. I was mentioning this yesterday. We were on the air on Thanksgiving. This was the first Thanksgiving where our daughter was not home with us, so it was a little odd. It was weird, actually.
I know how that goes. My family lives in Fargo, North Dakota, and if I'm not with my family, I just have the basic, simple, small meal, but not overeating. But I'm just wondering how Kathy is doing.
She's doing good. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did eat too much pumpkin pie. I finished off the last of the pumpkin pie right before bed, so I can't eat for the next few days. I love pumpkin pie. It's my favorite.
I know when I have my pie at home, I eat a quarter of the pie at a time, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How's Kathy doing?
Yeah, my wife, she's doing okay. My wife's having a really tough... My wife had surgery like a month ago, and she's having a tough recovery. She's just not doing as well as we would hope. But she's recovering, and she will eventually recover, but it's just a tough recovery.
I send her my prayers to the air, so...
Well, thank you, Montana. Hey, listen, thanks for the call. Have a great day, all right? Take care, take care. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mike, Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
Man, I don't get it. It seems like only Kevin McCarthy really is the one who's pushed himself to, and the media covering him to be Speaker of the House.
Well, he's the Republican leader. He's the minority leader right now, and the media are really pumping him hard, right? They're just assuming. In fact, the way this leadership position vote happened, they acted as if he was already voted Speaker of the House.
I don't know how Congress works in the circles there, but how did he all of a sudden become the only guy that's the leader of the pack?
Yeah, and he was conspiring with Pelosi on removing Trump from office after January 6th and plugging in Mike Pence. Give me a break.
kicks off Marjorie Taylor Greene. If I was a Republican in there, I certainly wouldn't want him. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something going on there that I don't know. It seems like we're being manipulated by the.
Well, that's the way it is. You know, they again, you know, the Washington people feel it's their country and we're just living in it. And I got to tell you something. Just on the face of it, right? Whoever the next speaker is, the last speaker will have been Pelosi. She's from California. Kevin McCarthy's from California. I don't want another Californian to be Speaker of the House. I don't care who they are. I don't want another Californian.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't trust, this is not Reagan's California. I don't trust anyone from California.
There's too many nut jobs out there for some reason, and I don't know what happened out there, but I always say they should secede and become their own country.
Oh yeah, 20% of the American economy. I don't think we want them to leave the Union.
20%, well,
20% of the U.S. economy is California. At least it used to be. Maybe it's gone down. Maybe that's an old number.
Not even a deficit now because he spent more than he has, but that's typical of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and you know, and they're talking about Newsom being the Democrat nominee. California just has too much influence over the U.S. government. Too much. Kamala Harris. I mean, think about it. You know, if he becomes Speaker, that means the Speaker before him was from California. The Vice President, who's the President of the Senate's from California. You know, Willie Brown's girlfriend. Too much California influence on top of everything else. It shouldn't even be up for debate. Kevin McCarthy has no business being the Speaker of the MAGA Republican House of Representatives. That's insane.
I agree with that. You know, but there's too many. I mean, if Newsom gets, he might get elected. And there's too many Democrats out there. I just watched last night on Hannity showing Val Demings had over 3 million votes.
Yeah, Val Demings. Yeah. How many votes did Marco Rubio get? Okay, so we got 1 million over more than her. There's still, you know, there's still Democrats. Just because you and I are in these conservative bubbles, there's still Democrats out there, sadly, and they vote Democrat. You know, they're stupid.
I certainly agree that there's Democrats and.
Well, and with Val Demings, you know, Val Demings is from the Orlando area, which is the hotbed of Democrats in Florida, is that Orlando area, and she gets a lot of votes from black people just because she's black.
Well, I can understand that, but 3 million to me there's not that many crazy.
Yeah, but there aren't as many Democrats in Florida as there used to be, and the Democrats are a big-time minority in Florida. All right, Doug, take care. Thanks so much. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Oh, hey, Andrea.
Yes, I can confirm that Democrats are just...
Still exist, yes. I know. We didn't convert them all.
And we, you know, look at what happened in Pennsylvania.
Wait, I know. Look at this. Your new senator is, what's her name? She used to be an illegal, Giselle Fetterman. That's your new senator from Pennsylvania.
Unlucky who can't think or speak without a teleprompter, just like the president.
Mm-hmm.
But, just 2 quick things. First of all, on the Elon Musk thing, I don't like, it's not that I don't like Alex Jones. Alex Jones is Alex Jones and whatever, but the tell on Elon Musk is, Elon Musk doesn't like what Alex Jones has to say, so he's censored. And that's a hyper-liberal thing. You cannot trust Elon Musk. He's not the savior. He's not, you know, people are like, oh.
Well, there's no perfect person. You know, the only person you can trust fully is Donald Trump. But, you know, Elon Musk, look what he's done over there. I think I did not know that Elon Musk had lost a child. He lost a child, and this thing with Alex Jones, he said the reason he won't reinstate Alex Jones is because of that. You know, okay.
Speech absolutist, because if you want.
Well, no one is a free speech absolutist. I mean, you can't. There are always limitations on. The First Amendment does not apply to private speech. It applies to the government, right? It doesn't mean in a private business or in private life you can just get away with saying whatever you want to say. It restricts the government, not individuals. So him keeping the ban on Alex Jones, which I wouldn't be so sure is going to be permanent, is not a First Amendment violation. The First Amendment applies to the government, not to individuals. I mean, I disagree with that. I'd put Alex Jones back on there. I think he doesn't have Alex Jones on there, not because of that, but there's a liability. He doesn't want to get sued for $1 billion from the Sandy Hook families, which is what they would do. I think that's why, because of the lawsuits. Because he is a businessman, and that's probably a smart decision. Look what he's facing. All right, listen, I got to run for the break. Thanks for the call. Good points. We'll break and be right back after this. Because he is a businessman, and that's probably a smart decision. Look what he's. I mean, don't you guys agree that the real reason he's not reinstating Alex Jones is probably the lawsuits? That would be my guess. Great. I'm answering emails, which I probably should not be doing while I'm on the air. But I'll forget. I get so many emails. I'm surprised how many emails, because I don't really email too much.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. We are here live on this Black Friday morning after Thanksgiving. We were here live on Thanksgiving, and now we're here live the day after. And, of course, Black Friday shopping, that's what everyone's talking about. And there's no better place to do your Black Friday shopping than MyPillow.com. Now, again, you can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com, not just the ones that I highlight, but there are some great ones. If you go to the Black Friday specials, the 6-piece MyPillow towel set. Oh, man. I have 2 sets of these. I dry my body off each and every morning with my MyPillow towels. Mike Lindell says in his message for the MyPillow towels, towels that actually work. What a concept. And boy, do they. They work so well. I've told this story. It's such a great experience. All our towels were dirty. I go to take a shower in the morning. I got to shower in the morning. A lot of people shower at night. I shower in the morning because it wakes me up to be here with you guys. And all our towels were dirty. All I had was the washcloth, the little washcloth, not the towel. The towels were in the laundry. I just had the washcloth from the 6-piece MyPillow towel set, and I said, well, that's what I got. So I showered, and I got out of the shower, and I dried off with the washcloth. I dried my entire body and my hair. And just the washcloth, this towel set, they work so well, I was able to dry my hair and entire body off perfectly fine with just the washcloth. These towels are great, and they come in many different colors, and there's an incredible deal on them right now. These make great gifts for Christmas. Whoever you give them to will love them. And at this price, you can buy 2 sets. The 6-piece MyPillow towel set is normally $89.98. But with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, just $29.99. Wow, isn't that something? Just $29.99. Regularly $89.98 for the 6-piece MyPillow towel set. It's a great deal. You can also order by phone toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. And don't forget those Christmas pillows. That you get 2 of them, normally $59.98, just $19.98 for the 2 Christmas pillows with our promo code KANE. And there's 2 different types, right? There's one that are the reindeer and Christmas trees and Christmas presents and snowflakes pillows, which are really beautiful, great decorative Christmas pillows. And then there's the Winter Wonderland Nativity Scene MyPillow set of Christmas pillows. I'm going to order both sets for my wife. They're just $19.98 with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E at checkout. Normally $59.98. Those make great gifts too. All right, so it's happening, people. So Kevin McCarthy, they're pushing him on us, and you know the other one, which is it's tough. It's because it's Ron DeSantis. We all love Ron DeSantis, and if you love Trump, you love DeSantis. That's the way it is. And they're flooding the media with DeSantis stories that are great stories when he's running for Trump's vice president in 2024 or running for the nomination in 2028. Not now. And what they're doing is they're baiting us. And you notice it's the same people that are pushing Ron DeSantis to be the nominee instead of Trump are the same people that are trying to push Kevin McCarthy on us because they're using the same technique. They're flooding us with Kevin McCarthy stories that they know MAGA people are going to jump on. Ilhan Omar, we don't like her, off the committees. We love that. Tourists back at the Capitol building, we support it. So, you know. And with Ron DeSantis, they're pushing stories that MAGA will like. And, you know, this is going to be interesting because, you know, I started the 6 o'clock hour. I'll go over these 2 stories in a second. You'll see what I mean about Governor DeSantis. But Elon Musk announced yesterday that starting next week, he is going to unban all those conservatives who were banned from Twitter. Mike Lindell, Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos, thousands, maybe over 1 million, because not everybody who was banned is famous. Right? Most of them are not famous. You never heard that they were banned because they weren't famous. And this is going to start next week. And when all of these banned conservatives are back on Twitter, a whole new narrative is going to appear that's been suppressed by the left. The MAGA narrative has been suppressed in the news because all these people have been banned from Twitter. So there's 2 stories out there this morning about Ron DeSantis that are great stories, but it doesn't mean he should get the nomination in 2024. Here's the first one. Leftists try to smear Ron DeSantis with claim he tortured Gitmo detainee. Now, I did not know this, that he worked down in Guantanamo Bay when he was in the Navy, I guess as an attorney. They don't give us a lot of details in the story as to what he actually did there. But if you're MAGA, you think that everybody should still be in Gitmo, right? Yes, and that they weren't mistreated. What they call torture, we just call interrogation. So the fact that, and as much as I know about Ron DeSantis, I thought I knew pretty much everything about the guy. I had no idea that when he was in the Navy, he was down in Guantanamo Bay. Maybe you did. I'm sure somebody did out there. Some of you probably did. I did not know. So they put this story in the news. It's over a holiday weekend, so there's not a lot of news out there. So it gets a lot more play, and people are like, wow, he was torturing detainees in Guantanamo Bay. Yes, this is all this is all stuff that gets MAGA people to say, well, maybe he should be the nominee. He's got a great resume. And then this other story, I ran into this yesterday. This is something else I did not know about Ron DeSantis. He wrote a book responding to Obama. And this book is very hard to find. My wife ordered the Kindle edition because the print edition is too expensive. Let me just share a little bit of this with you. This is on the Ron DeSantis book. Before Republican Ron DeSantis became a well-known governor, he had his sights on cutting down another Democrat president, Barack Obama. And in 2011, Ron DeSantis released a book titled Dreams from Our Founding Fathers, First Principles in the Age of Obama. So the title of the book by Ron DeSantis is a play on Dreams from My Father, Obama's book. DeSantis wrote the book when he was in his mid-30s. It goes on, but the book itself, if you go online to buy the Ron DeSantis book, prices range on Amazon for the regular hard copy of the book from $370 to over $1,600. It's a hot book. I had no idea he read a book. Wrote a book. So my wife ordered the Kindle, and I don't know if I'm going to read it, but she's going to read it. And by the way, it's not an autobiography. It's his response to the Obama policies. And even though that the hardcover copy is selling for a lot of money and not many people could afford to buy it, and even if they would not, a lot of people are going to do what my wife did, order the Kindle and start so if you notice, the media are pushing DeSantis on us. And all these things about him are true, and they're good, and they're great, and I love them, and everything else, but it's not his time. But they're pushing it pretty hard, aren't they? Kevin McCarthy and Ron DeSantis, the same people, are pushing them both. And if DeSantis were to get the nomination, then they would start to tear him down. And how they'll do that? Well, a lot of it'll be from, the Don't Say Gay bill and all of that stuff that's going on. But who knows? President Trump says he knows things about DeSantis that we don't. So I don't know what that is. So maybe there's some things that President Trump knows about that they would use against him. But everything you hear about DeSantis is true and it's good, but it's just not his time. And we got to be so careful not to get involved in this great MAGA divide. All right, now listen, we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. It looks like a lot of people are still off work on Black Friday. I'm looking out on Federal Highway here. Hardly a car on the road. And usually there's a lot of cars out there this time of day. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. 888-GO-KANE1 is the number. Open Phone Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. We'll be back right after this. This time of day. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. 888-GO-KANE1 is the number. Open Phone Friday. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. We'll be back right after this.
Bringing the heat to your radio every morning. It's the Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
Can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play Oldies South Florida.
Okay, playing it now.
Now you've got the good time Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. Now, here's the true Oldies weather forecast.
Steve Kane Show. Hey, hold on. Oh, hold on. Steve Kane Show. Okay. Yeah, hold on.
For pain, I use Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now of Boca in the Sandalwood Plaza where the Western Beef is. South of Palmetto and Mason Center 441. Open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel older. This is Brian Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Mitch Matez at the Fire Station West Del Rey, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s. You'll feel younger, you'll have more energy, you'll get your sex drive back. And women, hormone replacement pellet therapy completely stops and reverses all the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings, gone. Night sweats, gone. I've met listeners before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Matez, and when I first meet them, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet them again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're staying tall, and they feel years younger. Now, it's only Okay. a consultation with Dr. Matez. Hey, Youngerman, you got to call him. Yeah, if he doesn't answer, we'll do it recorded. 561-320-8893.
This Black Friday, we're checking everyone off your list. Unbeatable deals at Ulta Beauty all week long. Starting November 20th, shop hundreds of exciting deals in store and online. And beginning Tuesday, get $12 mascaras from brands like Benefit and $10 lippies from brands like Fenty, and so much more. Because our kind of holiday is you having your kind of holiday. So what are you waiting for? Hurry to an Ulta Beauty near you, or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
And now an important message is a superstar of Willie Nelson.
I've been fighting for legalization of the one thing that can bring comfort to readers. And of course, I'm talking about Skechers.
Can we stop the commercial? Willie, I don't think Skechers are illegal anywhere.
Really? But they feel so good.
No, you can wear them anywhere, Willie. Ask the Skechers.
The Skechers comfort feels so good because Skechers is the comfort technology company that has all the fits and features you need for ultimate comfort. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Live, local, and in your face. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It is Black Friday. We are here live. Yes, indeed, we are. We were live yesterday on Thanksgiving, and we are here live today. And, of course, on Friday, it is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's program. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Kathy from Pompano.
Kathy in Pompano. What's up?
Good morning. Two things. I have an appointment this morning with Dr. Appleton.
Oh, cool.
I'm hoping and praying that he could take care of my lumbar stenosis and my sciatic.
Well, let me tell you, my arthritis in my finger, it's been, it'll be 3 weeks tomorrow, and it's gone. I have no pain in my finger where I was really suffering. And my knee pain's been, I don't know, 3 months now? 2-3 months, and it hasn't returned. So, it works.
I'm hoping and praying, and you mentioned something about it gives you another treatment as well.
Well, when you go in for your laser away pain treatment with Dr. Appleton, if you want, he'll give you acupuncture at no charge. I know you don't have to have the on my knee, I didn't have acupuncture, and it rid me of the knee pain. On my finger, I had acupuncture because I wanted to be able to tell everyone about it. And all I know is I had the laser away pain and the acupuncture on my arthritis, and the pain's gone. That's, it's amazing.
I have another question. I only heard it once over the weekend, and if anybody would know, it would be you. Did you hear anything about how if Governor DeSantis decides to run for president, that usually if you're a governor and you have to like resign?
Yeah, okay, yeah, in Florida, I did not know this. You cannot run for president and be governor at the same time in Florida. And see, this is another, it's so difficult because we all love Trump, we all love DeSantis. If you love Trump, you love DeSantis, right? So it's difficult because we don't, when I say we, I don't mean me. I mean all of us that love Trump. When I say we, I mean MAGA. We don't want to criticize DeSantis because we love the guy, we support him, and everything about him that comes out is great, positive, resume-enhancing things. But a story came out a couple days ago that they're looking to change the law here in Florida to allow him to run for president and stay governor, not have to resign. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing everything to push him onto us, and I just have one criticism of Ron DeSantis that he's got to fix. He's not good in debate. I saw him in the debate this time with that weirdo Charlie Crist. I saw him in that debate with who was the guy that was in the motel room with the gay male prostitute and the drugs that ran against him the first time. You know. He's not, Gillum, Andrew Gillum. He's just not up to that level in debate, and that can be fixed. But whenever he's not running the state of Florida, he needs to be honing that. And if it does, I saw him in both debates, and they weren't great. And you get on the national stage with these, these A-listers, you're going to be in trouble at that level. So yeah.
I was just wondering if you had heard that about,
Yeah, that's, I don't know if that story's true. I know the media are saying they're looking to change the law so that he can run for president and be governor. Because the way it stands today, he'd have to resign the governorship to run. But pretty much every day there's another great story about Ron DeSantis, because they want us to jump on board and drop Trump. And I'm with President Trump for the rest of my life. I am MAGA for life. It's just not his time.
Well, the thing is you know what you have with Trump. You don't know what you're going to have with anybody else.
Well, no, it's more than that. I mean, he needs his second term. He's owed a second term. He's the only one who can... Listen, the thing about Trump, this is... I remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger... I know this. Arnold Schwarzenegger's not a great example because he's got problems. But he said one thing when I saw him when he went and signed up to run for governor in California, and he came out and he said why he was running, and he says, by the way, I'm so rich I cannot be bought by the special interest. Okay, and I know he was a leftist. And I understand that, but I like that comment. And President Trump is like that. President Trump doesn't need the donors, who are really like the secret government running everything in this country. And he's the only one that can fix the problems that we have going on right now. It's just not Ron DeSantis' time.
100%. All right, Brian, well, I'm glad that Kathy's feeling better, and we'll keep her in prayer and doing a good job.
All right, well, thank you very much from Pompano, Kathy in Pompano. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. Okay. So, replacing Nancy Pelosi is Hakeem Jeffries. You've seen this talk? He is a big, strong, vocal supporter of passing a law for reparations for African Americans in this country. This is an interesting thing, because what does that tell you? It tells you the Democrats don't think they're radical enough. This is great news. They think that they lost the House of Representatives because they're not radical enough, so they're going to get more radical. Bring it on. Keep talking. Try to get that bill passed, Hakeem Jeffries, for reparations. You'll alienate more Democrats. That's awesome. But it really gives you a tell as to where they're coming from. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once. Twice. Oh, here we go. It's going to be one of those mornings. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, I tell you. All right, our number one, AAA Go Kane one. I've been hearing from the liberals off the air throughout the show, okay? So don't you guys worry. But holiday time's not a good time to be a liberal, you know, especially since we won the House of Representatives. I think it's finally dawning on Democrats that we won, you know? I think it's finally dawning on the Democrats that we won, and they're not taking it very well. But, you know, listen, this month is going to be a rough month because, and I know this is not popular to say, but the chances are Herschel Walker is going to lose, right? The chances are he's going to lose. I mean, I don't want him to lose, and it's not 100% that he's going to lose, but I'm not seeing anything in Georgia that is going his way. I don't see the Republicans going there and helping him and everything else. So what they're going to do is, if he does lose, and I don't want him to lose. If I were in Georgia, I'd be trying to get everybody out there that I could voting for him. But that's just not the way that it's working. You know, it's just not the way that it's working, unfortunately. So this month is going to get crazy, and it's going to get crazy quick. Okay, and this is what's happening. There's two things in play here. One, the media and the Democrats and the Never Trumper, Kevin McCarthy, Lincoln Project, Liz Cheney crew. If Herschel loses, which he probably will, I'm not a defeatist, but we got to be honest with ourselves here. It's possible, but unlikely that he wins. Their plan is to flood the media with more, Trump lost, that's it. And what Elon Musk announced yesterday afternoon at Twitter is spectacular and amazing. You know, because if you're just tuning in, I was talking about this at 6, Elon Musk next week is unbanning and reinstating all the conservatives who were banned. All the conservatives who were banned are going to be back starting next week. And, you know, of course, a lot of them are famous. The three that I'm really looking forward to again, that like at my top of my list, I was talking about this earlier, Mike Lindell, Laura Loomer, and Milo Yiannopoulos. But there are tens of thousands, maybe more than 1 million conservatives that were banned by Twitter. And they're going to be back starting next week. So what's going to happen now, when that happens, some of the leading conservative voices, but also hundreds of thousands of others that aren't famous, are going to be flooding Twitter. There's going to be a dialogue taking place that we haven't seen in years on social media because of the unbanning of all of these conservative voices. And believe me, they're going to be overactive because they've been banned for so long and they got a lot to get off their chest. It's going to be huge. And the Democrats, regardless of what happens with Herschel, are going to lose control immediately of the narrative. We'll break and be back. It's going to be huge. And the Democrats, regardless of what happens with Herschel, are going to lose control immediately of the narrative. We'll break and be back.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Mornings 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right. And it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. What do you have for us today, Barry?
Yeah, we've been talking this week about families getting together, gathering.
Steve Kane Show.
And just, becoming
Hold on.
aware of different things.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on. I got to do a little screening because of the liberal trolls.
It's important at this point to review, update, and possibly change our estate plan. But one other thing that may have come to light during this whole Thanksgiving get-together with family is, there could be some family members where their circumstances have changed. Maybe mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle. There's been conversations that an unfortunate health event may have happened, or One of them may need some care, whether it be at home or in a facility, and what's going on with that and how that's being paid for. That's where we can come in, and that's where we can help, because those areas of care, home, just the nursing home, can be very, very expensive. And there are ways to pay for it, even if you don't have long-term care, and even if you either don't have money or you just don't want to spend down your assets. Even if you think you have too much money and you think you have too much income to qualify for government benefits like Medicaid, the smartest thing you can do to help that person is to come in for a consultation, because you may be surprised that you may be able to get this person on Medicaid and protect those assets. So that's my message for you guys.
Yeah, and, listen, guys, it's always a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group when you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the show here. So what that all means is this, okay? Don't ask your friends and don't Google, right? Your friends don't know what they're talking about unless your friends are part of the Siegel Law Group. And Google, you're going to find nothing but misinformation directing you to all kinds of bad information. And I'm sure, Barry, you see all kinds of terrible tragedies where people spend down all their assets, maybe even sell a house or a condo, when you could have stopped all of that from happening. The Siegel Law Group, you can find them online at siegellawgroup.com, or give them a call, 855-FLA-3782. Now, what happens if people call today, Barry? Because it's a holiday, kind of.
We do have people who will answer the phone, and we will get the message and call right back. So if you are able to, if you want to call today, call, and we will get back.
There you go, guys, okay? 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, have a great weekend. We'll talk next week. All right, back after this. FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, have a great weekend. We'll talk next week.
All right, you guys do. Thank you.
All right, back after this.
Smarter than 95.
All right. We are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us at the top of the hour. We are live. It is Black Friday. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tom from Treasure Coast.
Tom in the Treasure Coast. What's up?
Brian, I think you're being too negative about everything. You got a great show, but there's good in all of us. And the only one that you talk about that's so superior is Trump, which I agree. But can't you cool it down a little bit and see good in a lot of people?
Well, who am I not seeing good in where there's goodness?
Everybody that, oh my goodness, do you listen to your show?
Well, I'm asking you, who is someone that I'm being critical of that has goodness that I'm ignoring inside of them? Give me a name and we'll talk about it, because I can be wrong. I'll correct myself.
You got me there. I'm 90 years old, and my memory's not.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, maybe I could jog your memory as we're talking. So you think that I'm too pro-Trump? Is that it?
No, too negative about everything.
What am I? Negative? I'm one of the. I think I'm incredibly positive. Now, I may give you a couple bits of honesty, like Ron DeSantis needs to practice his debate skills to go on the national stage. Is that too negative? No. Okay. Herschel Walker's behind in the polls. The Republicans aren't helping him. So is that too negative? I'm trying to find what you're...
I understand where you're coming from, but I just can't repeat what I hear.
Well, I'll tell you what. What was your name again?
Tom.
Tom, okay. Do this. Next time you hear me do it, write it down and call me. And if it happens before 9 o'clock today, call back.
Another question?
Sure.
I know you're Pillow Man. You love him. But why does he wear that dangles? I've never seen a businessman wear a cross that size.
Okay, now first off, it's not a big cross, But why? Let me before I answer that question. Why do you think Mike Lindell wears a cross?
To tunnel in Trump people.
To what?
Trump has 85 million to 100 people.
No. Why? No. Why do you think Mike Lindell wears a cross?
Promote Christianity.
That's right. He wants people to know that he's a Christian and promote the good word of Jesus. Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Then what's your problem with that?
We pray in private. We don't. It started.
Well, I have not seen Mike Lindell pray during his commercials. Have you?
He wears this audacious cross.
Wearing a cross is not praying. What is it? What's your problem with the cross? You happen to be a vampire or something? Is there something about the cross you don't like?
But the weak people that listen to him, he's starting.
Well, name another nationally known businessman who wears a cross.
None.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's a good thing that he wears a cross. I mean, you say you're a Christian. Don't you want everyone? Do you want everyone to accept Jesus?
Yes, I do. But you pray in private. You don't.
He's not wearing the cross. Is not prayer.
But it's starting. It's getting people that listen to your show to think that I'm this great Christian and buy my products.
I don't hear him say that. Has he said that? That's interesting. He says, I'm a great Christian, buy my products.
Wearing that cross.
So he should hide the fact that he's a Christian. Like back in the Roman times when they would feed Christians to the lions. He should hide the fact that he's a Christian. That'll make you feel okay?
Drug dealers wear those big crosses. That's the only one I see wearing a cross.
Who? Drug dealers. Really? My wife wears a cross. She's not a drug dealer that I know about. I mean, I don't think she's a drug dealer.
Don't think she stands on the corner and say, look at my cross.
I don't think Mike Lindell says that either.
Okay, well.
When's the last time you were at church?
Sunday.
Sunday. So you go to church every Sunday. What church do you go to? What denomination are you?
Lutheran.
You're Lutheran. Okay. You're Lutheran. So you're telling me that when you go to church, you never see anyone wear a cross in your church ever?
Not really.
Why don't you look for it this weekend? Look for it this weekend. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that people do wear crosses. Not everybody, not a lot of people. Sometimes people wear them under their shirt where you don't see them. Mike Lindell wears his outside of his shirt.
I wear mine under my shirt.
Oh, so you wear a cross, you just hide it. You say you wear a cross too, like Mike Lindell, but you wear it under your shirt so people don't see it. So you hide your Christianity.
No, he's promoting Christianity to buy his products.
No, he's not. I have not heard him in any of his commercials mention Jesus or Christianity in his commercials.
But he's promoting it.
So what? Aren't we not commanded to proselytize? Aren't we supposed to tell people the good news?
I pray in private. I don't know how you pray.
Well, no, actually, you're on the radio publicly sharing your religious beliefs. So you're doing right now with me what you're criticizing Mike Lindell of doing.
Brian, you're the greatest double talker. I can't double talk as great as you.
Okay.
You are a good promoter.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good show, but stop the negative.
Well, wait, but you can't think of anything negative that I've said. At 91. Okay. Well, here's. I want to tell you because your memory isn't too good. I want to remind you of something I said earlier in the call. The next time you hear one of these negative things that you don't like, write it down and call me. And if one comes to mind before 9 o'clock, I'll put you on a second time today. All right? All right. Take care. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Augustino.
Hey, Augie.
How you doing there? You look pretty good there in your Space Force.
I'm wearing a Trump shirt. Space Force, yes. I'm wearing a Space Force t-shirt, yes.
Yeah, you think he'll ever team up with Elon Musk?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I got a serious question for you. Okay? You got a problem now. What's going to happen if Trump runs for president, as he says he's going to, and DeSantis wants to move into...
Well, then I'll vote for Trump over DeSantis. It's not a problem.
Actually going to go over... You're going to stay with Trump then, right?
Aren't you? Yes. Wouldn't you? Yeah, of course.
Trump, no matter what.
Yeah.
I see that, I don't know, somehow it was on YouTube. It was some speech he was given, DeSantis was given, and he kept saying, "I'm not begun to fight. I'm not begun."
I didn't catch that. I've heard him say a number of times he would not run against Trump. I haven't heard him say it lately. But no, if DeSantis ran against Trump, and I had my primary here in Florida, I would vote for Trump over DeSantis. Wouldn't be a problem. Wouldn't even think twice about it. Okay. All right. Take care, Augie. Appreciate the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. Good morning.
Oh, hey, Nick in Baltimore. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. And I usually don't call twice in a week, but I wanted to do this because it's Thanksgiving. And I wanted to say one thing to you. Because it's Thanksgiving, and I know we'll be real quick, it's 7:57, I'm thankful for everything I have. I'm thankful for my life and the life I have. It's not perfect. I have, my disabilities and whatever. But I've had a good life, and I have a good life. And I'm thankful for the people around me, my immediate family, my friends, the teachers I've had, and you guys are friends of mine, everybody in the chat room. There's a lot to be thankful for. And as bad as things are, there's always something good to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was important to say that on Thanksgiving, because I really, really feel that way.
Well, that's good. Well, I appreciate it. Positive thing. We all should be more thankful for everything we have, right? All right. Hey, I appreciate the call, Nick from Baltimore.
Have a great weekend, and I'm glad Kathy's doing better.
Well, great. Thank you so much. Now, I want to tell everyone about our fence and gate repair experts at EET Services. Man, did they do a great job on Steve's gate and his fence. Both were in need of repair. Steve couldn't find anyone to do the repairs on either. I've been telling you guys, these fencing companies don't do repairs. They just won't do it. EET Services, they do. They're family-owned and operated, been in business over 20 years. They're both licensed and insured, and they work on all types of gates and fencing, both residential and commercial, wood, PVC, chain link, aluminum, iron. Now listen, if you need a new fence, if you need a new gate, they'll help you out and take care of that too. But if you just need a repair, no job is too small because they don't have a minimum charge like the other companies do. They also give free estimates. That's right. And they cover the entire area of our listening range of all of our radio stations. I'm going to give you the number. Give them a call. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 561-255-1170. 561-255-1170. They did an incredible job on Steve's fence and his gate, and they'll do an incredible job for you too. 561-255-1170. All right, we've got one more hour to go on this Black Friday day. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back with Steve and your calls after this. Toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. We'll be back with Steve and your calls after this.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Okay, hold on. We're on a break. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Yeah, hold on. Oh, full board of calls.
We have a car on fire. A lot going on this afternoon. Palm Beach County 95 North before Pamela Park Road, slow to crash. A lot of congestion going on this afternoon/evening in Palm Beach County. This report brought to you by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Right now, save 45% off any order during Blindster's Black Friday sale. Hurry, sale ends November 27th, Blindster.com. As for traffic, I'm Greg Tanner.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News update.
ABC News Now, I'm Emily. Shoppers are hitting stores in search of Black Friday deals, but ABC's Jimmy Sue at a mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey says they are doing it differently.
We're not seeing those long lines in front of stores on Thanksgiving Day, people making tents and staying overnight in front of stores like Best Buy and Walmart. Some stores like Walmart and Target were actually closed altogether yesterday. And Black Friday deals have also been online for more than a week. Some retailers offering them all month long.
President Biden reignited a call to ban assault weapons after a series of mass shootings that rocked the country, including two states and a Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia, that left 6 people dead, as well as the shooter. Authorities in the Houston area are looking for the person who opened fire at a home during Thanksgiving dinner, killing 2 people and injuring 2 others. Ford is recalling 500,000 Broncos sports and escapes. This is ABC News.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. It's our Black Friday sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on all smart beds you add Maze and Cyber Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Get it off your
All right, here we go.
Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Only one opening on our board on this Black Friday. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. Well, the connection is not too good with you. We'll see if it improves. That's a little better. Yeah, every line is lit on our board, so. Yeah, well, no, you sound fine now. We'll play it by ear. Every line, well, maybe you're a little too close now. All right. Every line on the board, I'm doing that. Okay, every line on the board is lit, so let's just go to the phones if you don't mind. I don't know, it's a holiday, and people got a lot on their mind. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? This is Patrick calling from West Palm Beach.
Hey, slow down a little bit. You talk kind of fast. It's not an auction.
Sorry about that. That's how I am.
That's okay.
Hey, my question to you is, okay, so we all love DeSantis here and everything. Wouldn't it be wise for DeSantis and Trump to actually make amends or hook up, whatever it is, and he becomes Trump's running mate?
Well, maybe they've already made that deal. You know, a caller earlier brought up something. A nice lady called in from Pompano. And there's a story that came out a couple days ago that in Tallahassee, they're looking to change the law in Florida so that DeSantis can run for president while he is still governor. You can't run for another office while you're governor, apparently. This is news to me. You can't run for president, at least. And I'm assuming that applies to vice president. So I wouldn't be so sure that he's not going to be Trump's running mate.
I mean, because Trump can only run, if he does get elected again, he can only be in office for next year.
That's right. Which means that DeSantis would have the nomination in 28 locked up.
Exactly. They would be a powerhouse. You know, by the time Trump gets everything done, in those 4 years, DeSantis could just take over the reins and just go to town for the next 8.
That's right. Yeah. And actually, I mean, it looks like that's what they're doing to me. If you, they might be playing the Never Trumpers in the media a little bit. They're propping up Ron DeSantis. So if Trump were to pick him, how could they say all of a sudden he's the devil? Exactly. It'll throw them off for a little bit. Hey, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. All right. That leaves one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Tabit.
Speak up a little bit.
This is Tabit.
Tabit. All right, Tabit. What's up?
Listen, got a question for you. I know that, first of all, let me be very clear. I'm not left or right. They're both on the same bird. Trump supporter, grew up in New York, let him come to town. So let me put that out there first. But it's very interesting, Brian, that every time the word reparations come up, you guys act like that. Deserve it.
Reparations? I'm sorry. We got a bad connection, but you've got good, but your content. Slow down for a second, a bit. Slow down. Excuse me. Slow down. I might give this guy reparations just so he'll stop talking. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Okay, slow down a little bit. The connection we have with you. Oh my goodness. The famous. Yes, he's got us on mute. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me now? Okay, your connection is poor, but since you've got this wackadoodle position here, I'm going to put up with the bad connection to have the conversation. I'm going to repeat what you were saying for people that may not have been able to hear you. You are in support of reparations. You feel people are owed. Who is owed reparations for slavery, and who owes them?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. All the descendants.
Can you turn off the turn signal? Oh my goodness. Okay. Who is owed reparations for slavery, and who owes them the money?
I just told you. All descendants from America, and all descendants of the folks from the Native,
the Indians too. The Indians, the Native American Indians, and all black people are owed reparations. How much are you owed? How much are you owed?
I'm independently wealthy, so I'm not looking for.
Oh, he's wealthy. Well, can you take some of that wealth and buy a good phone? Can you go get an iPhone 14 with all that independent wealth you have?
I noticed that you make fun. Why don't you answer my question? My question is, why is it okay for your tax dollars to go to the Jews?
What tax dollars of mine have gone to the Jews? What tax money did you get your check, Steve, for the Jews? No. What money have the Jews gotten from the American taxpayer?
Every year, Brian, every year billions of dollars go to Israel. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you're talking. No, this was your point. I'm not going to save you. You said blacks should get reparations from the government because the Jews get money from the government. So I'm asking you, what taxpayer money are Jews receiving?
What I said to you is that every year. What I said to you.
Oh man, this is what happens when you get involved in a discussion. All of a sudden, he's talking every third syllable, so that we have to end the call because he realized he's got nothing.
A terrible thing to waste.
Yeah, that's for sure. Although his mind's not totally gone because he knew enough to fake the phone problems at the end. Now, if he calls back, and he has a good connection, we'll talk. But I think we have a lot of Jews in the audience that are wondering where their checks are from the government. Tibet says the Jews get money from the taxpayers, and I want to I want to know about this. You say you have not gotten your money though, Steve.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh man, I wish he had.
Later in the month, I'm hoping.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be there on the 5th of never. Okay, but oh man, yeah, the 12th. Is it the 12th of never? The 5th of never? Okay. Well, it could be either of those. Good morning. Let's see if this is Tibet back. Hello, you're on the air.
I'm back.
Okay, now maybe you've had time to think of an answer. So here's the question. You made the statement that blacks are owed reparations from the American taxpayer because Jews get money from the American taxpayer. Steve's a Jew. He has not gotten money. What Jews have received taxpayer money from the United States?
First of all, I'm not going to let you do that. I asked you why.
Now, I answer. First off, you didn't act. You don't ask. You ask. Okay. If you ask someone, you might get a... I answered your question. You're ignoring mine. You made a comment. The Jews get money. Who gives them money?
Hey, Brian, check this out. When I called you, I said to you, why do you have a problem with folks getting reparations when every year tax-paying people of America send money, billions over to Israel?
Oh, okay. Those are the Jews you're talking about. Well, first off, while Israel, this may be a shock to you. While Israel is the Jewish state, it is not. Not only there are people that are not Jews that live there and are part of the government. And Israel gets money from us like many of our allies do, like the NATO countries, like the African countries, and others.
We're talking about Israel right now, I guess.
Israel is an ally of ours, and like many other allies, receive a lot of money from the United States. We don't give them money because they're Jews. We give them money because they're allies of ours.
First of all, they don't belong over there. They belong in Germany.
Oh, the Jews belong in Germany, where they tried to exterminate the Jews? The Jews are from Germany. Oh my goodness. Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school? No, I'm asking. Where did you go to school? Adolf Eichmann High School? Where did you go to school? The so-called Jews. All right, let me ask you a question. Is Steve a Jew? Steve believes he's a Jew. Is Steve a Jew? You're not. He's not a Jew. He's Jewish. What does that mean?
Look up the etymology.
Are you sure you're independently wealthy or independently insane and anti-Semitic? Which was it? I might have misheard what you said.
You don't even know what Semitic means, bro.
I know, and Steve's not a Jew. Oh my goodness, I just, let me tell you this. I really thought in this country anti-Semitism was gone, but there's definitely a rise in anti-Semitism in certain groups, and it happens to be apparently liberal blacks. I don't know where all this business is coming from. No, Steve, it's becoming more common. It's been out there, but it's becoming more. This black Israelite thing that I don't understand is becoming more and more common. We're late for the break, though. We'll be right back. It's been out there, but it's becoming more. This black Israelite thing that I don't understand is becoming more and more common. We're late for the break, though. We'll be right back.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Services for all your firearm and security patrol service needs. Receive personal firearms training, including concealed carry for you, your friends, your neighbors, by professional instructor owner Mike Broader. G licensed security classes offered every week. For firearm and security patrol service needs, it's Eagle Eye Protection Services. Protect yourself, your family, your business. Call 561-723-6191. Eagle Eye, your local security protection services.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks leaks turn into big problems. Call a licensed contractor Tom
Awesome.
Laporta
Great.
for
Thanks.
a free roof
Awesome.
inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Here's football legend Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free, using the phone, turning on your lights, heck, even driving. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. Let me tell you, these things are amazing. You don't need to lace up, and they're even better than your standard slip-on sneakers. This is next-level slip-in technology, where you don't need to reach down and help your heel in. You just step in, and off you go. It's that easy. So what's the secret? There's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place and also keeps your feet secure in heavenly comfort, which means they stay on just like a pair of laced up sneakers. And you can even slip into them while you're sitting down. Make your life easier and go hands-free with Skechers' new hands-free slip-in footwear. You'll never have to struggle putting on your shoes again.
Get hands-free slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on The Steve Kane Show.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here as well, and we're live on this Black Friday. Open phones on Friday. We call it Open Mega Mike Friday. Before we go back to the phone, Steve, I just want to say this about this thing with the Black Israelite anti-Semitism. That is on the rise in this country. And the groups that usually respond to anti-Semitism, like the ADL, are liberal groups. And because there's this new rise of anti-Semitism from blacks, I don't think they're doing anything about it. You know, because they're liberal, they don't want to criticize black people. But it's a problem. And that guy that called to BIT, that's not his first time calling. He's not called in a long time. We've spoken before. And he's not the same person he used to be. I wish we had better phone connection and he could talk, but you know what it's like? I think, Steve, no, this Black Israelite thing, I think it's growing. Steve, no, remember like how Kabbalah a few years ago, every street corner had a Kabbalah center? This Black Israelite thing is growing. And yeah.
Cycles, it comes and goes.
Yeah. I think it might be part of the critical race theory, frankly.
Who was our friend that we paid to go over to Africa?
Ronald X.
Ronald X. That was his thing. He was a nice guy, too.
Yeah, but he was fringe.
He was a fringe anti-Semite. Well, it's a fringe group.
You know, I just say this one last thing before we go. I really don't get any of this racism or bigotry towards any group. Maybe it's just Steve and I both have interracial families, so maybe it's because of that. But these identifiers just don't mean anything to me. I don't think about it, except when the only time it's ever on my mind is when we're talking about these things on the program. But you and I are living Martin Luther King's dream. All right, colorblind, society and all of that stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I feel sad for that caller. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian.
Yes.
Hang on one second.
Yeah, sure.
I want to hear the story about the woman staying at the Trump Towers.
About the woman staying at Trump Tower? No.
she was, there was a lady that was standing at Trump Tower. She was a homeless lady. The staff found out she was living there, and she had to leave.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. There was a homeless, tell me, you cut out. Tell me the story. There was a woman living at Trump Tower, and what's the rest of it? All right, another guy, his phone not working today. Yeah, well, well, the connections are in the mind. All right, let's try another one. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Jeff from Tequesta. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, Tequesta, welcome.
What you got for us?
Question for you. I want to echo on the guy who says, he's got disabilities and he's thankful for everything. You know something? Everybody got to be thankful for everything because there are people worse off than you are. So, I just wanted to echo that to everybody. So I always give thanks for what we have.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful.
But the United States is, in and of itself, is a reason to be thankful.
Let me tell you about, the guy with Tibet with the reparations. This came up because Hakeem Jeffries, who's replacing Pelosi as the Democrat leader, is sponsoring a reparations bill, or something I was reading this morning. 80% of Americans are descendant of immigrants who were born after the Civil War. Think about that. That means 80% of the country don't even have a connection to the slavery era. And of the 20% that's left, only about 5% of them have ancestors that had any connection to slavery. It's very bizarre. There's always somebody with their hand out.
True. That is extremely true. So you know something? As I said to you before, I am thankful.
Okay. Well, we are all thankful. I heard that the first time. Okay. You're on the air. Good. A lot of calls today, but the quality, maybe PJ will call back in.
This guy was positive.
Yeah, he was. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, this is Russ. We got cut off. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're the guy. Okay, you're the guy that called back. A woman that. Okay, you said, did I hear about the story of the woman who lived in Trump Tower? No.
She was a homeless woman. She was staying in the Trump Towers. When the staff found out, they told her she had to leave. She says, no, I'm not leaving. So they went and told Donald Trump. Donald Trump went there and after he got done talking to her, he went to the staff and said, listen, she stays there. I want to have 3 meals a day, and I want flowers sent once a week.
Wow.
That's the kind of man. And everybody, and she was black, too. So people need prejudice. Now, that guy's got a heart of gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of stories like that about Donald Trump.
Steve and I, a couple years ago, we were having lunch with someone, and they told us a crazy story. They were body surfing with their son out here in Palm Beach, and the current sent them to another part of the beach. They ended up on a beach surrounded by Secret Service, and President Trump and Melania walked upon them. And he was apologetic and embarrassed and very sorry. He was at Mar-a-Lago. He didn't even realize it. And President Trump told him to stay there all day if he wanted with his son and have a good time. He's a great guy, Donald Trump. That's why we love him.
Absolutely. He's a strong character. You got to be. You have to be.
Well, listen, there's Donald Trump. He has created this persona, right? And he's good at branding. He's good at marketing. But one of my favorite moments with Trump, I saw this again the other day. This was during the first campaign. He went to the Iowa State Fair. Remember, he was giving kids flights in his helicopter? Remember this? At the Iowa State Fair in the first campaign. And Donald Trump was flying with them. And there's this little kid. He's like 6, 7 years old. And he says to Donald Trump when the helicopter takes off, he says, "Are you Batman?" Meaning like Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne. And President Trump said, "Yes, I'm Batman," I'm sure that's on YouTube. If you've never seen that, you should look it up. But he's, I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Can you stop playing with your wedding ring?
Can I stop wearing my wedding ring?
Oh, stop playing with it. You're always taking it on and off.
Oh, you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, my wedding ring, I take it on, I take it off. Yes, Well, you know, listen, when I'm on the air, do you know how much caffeine I've had today? I am on my second cup, I get two, every morning I drink 2 venti hot blonde Americanos from Starbucks. That's 6 shots of espresso. So I've had 4 or 5 shots of espresso already this morning, right? So I'm jazzed up on caffeine when we're on the show. So a little nervous energy, I guess, from all being over caffeinated. That's why I play with the wedding ring. A good job? You mean I don't do a great job, just a good job? I'm kidding. Every compliment's a slight. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. There's only one opening on our very busy board of calls. It is Black Friday. And I just want to say, going into the break, and I'm sure Steve agrees, we were here yesterday on Thanksgiving and here today. And our phones have been full on every line both days. And you want to talk about things to be thankful for. We are both very thankful to this audience. You guys have always done great by us in this program. Oh, yeah, you really have. And this is the longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. I've not been with the show all that time, but I've been with the show most of that time. And you out there in this listening audience, year after year, you're there for Steve, you're there for me, and we, believe me, appreciate all of you. And we never take our audience for granted like so many other people do. That's right. All right, listen, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break and back with your calls after this. And we never take our audience for granted like so many other people. Oh, man. I have tried, listen, I have tried, okay, like the other day, I tried to cut back on my caffeine, and I can't do it. If I didn't have to broadcast, I could probably do it, but I'm just not able to give up my caffeine addiction. But now I ended up working for Steve by accident. Actually, I'll tell you guys the story one day. Somebody know.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes and keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers.
Well, you know, I got a lot to do. Like when I get off the air, I have meetings and everything. Today I had 2 meetings. Both got rescheduled till Monday because nobody wants to work. So, but you know, I do 2 shows a day. I have to wake up. I get up about at minimum 3 hours before I go on the air. But like the last 2 days, I've gotten up at 2:30 because of slow news days. So you know, I just I'm always on the go.
This report brought to you by Blindster.com. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blind shades.
Who's the real Batman? Have you guys seen that video of Trump when the little boy says, "Are you Batman?" He says, "Yes, I'm Batman," in the helicopter. I love that. I remember when that happened that day. I was like so excited.
As for traffic, I'm Greg Jenner.
Hello, this is Mike in front of
I don't care for the dark meat.
30 years in the same location and offering
Bruce
great
Wayne,
deals
that's
on
right.
new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible
Thanksgiving
deals
was good.
on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number
The
is
cutting the grass, the kid cutting the grass, that was good. That was a good one. Oh man,
give you a price over the phone. I knew
that's a great moment.
Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Halloween is over,
But I got to tell you, don't you think that the movies have played the Batman saga on a little too long? I'm so tired of Batman and Bruce Wayne. Now they got there's a new show. I saw it on HBO about the butler. You know, I mean, come on, enough. I was never a big Batman fan, though. I must say, I was always a Christopher Reeve Superman fan, George Reeves Superman fan. Best president ever. That's right.
Don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair.
Would I go into a store if someone refuses to say Merry Christmas? Well, I wouldn't blame the store necessarily on the person that won't say Merry Christmas, and I wouldn't blame the person if the store made them do it.
245-8101. 561-245-8101.
Yeah, I like the Adam West Batman. myself.
Says, let's remember our seniors this holiday.
I tried to watch Gotham. I couldn't get into Gotham.
Stop by to show them you care. Respect and care for our elders should be a top priority this holiday.
I think the best superhero movie is the Christopher Reeve Superman the movie. That's the best. That's the best.
Call 954-970-4760 or visit them online at albangroup.com.
Well, thank you, Chaplain. I do mean that. Steve and I are very grateful to you guys that follow and support us.
President and owner of I Will Advisors. We are your Medicare experts.
Kathy will be happy. I had 2 meetings. Both got canceled. So, well, I have a third one. I got to meet Steve today. So, I had 3 meetings, and the one is Steve.
2023 has some exciting new things in store. There are talks of decreases in your Medicare Part B premiums.
But Steve and I are meeting. Steve and I meet like every couple of weeks to exchange papers and checks and paperwork. So, we're going to meet in a parking lot and exchange checks and paperwork.
Many of you will be impacted, but don't stress. We've got you covered. Give us a call for your free, no obligation education. Call I Will Advisors, your Medicare experts, at 954-753-80.
Dean Kane, yeah. 954-753. Dean Kane. He's the Hawaiian Superman.
954-753-8080.
What's the best product I bought this year?
Steve Kane Show.
Oh, that's easy. Salon Paws paint.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, the original one, George Reeves, followed by Christopher Reeve.
Let me do the things I need to do every day.
Okay,
In a recent
awesome.
clinical study, patients using Salon Paws reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were
I'm
able
glad
to
my meetings got
reduce their use
rescheduled, though,
of
tell you the
oral pain
truth.
medications.
Feel like taking a...
I use Salon Paws.
Yeah, do you guys watch the YouTube channel? It's with the actor that played Lex Luthor in Smallville. It's called Inside of You. It's pretty good. Dean Kane's awesome.
I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
I treated your knee pain with laser. Treatment is simple and no
Steve
side
Kane
effects.
Show.
I have robotic lasers that have
Okay, hold on.
a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up through the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open.
Didn't catch what, Lisa?
Same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consult.
Spider-Man, yeah.
973-0710. 954-973-0710. And make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve is here. There's only one opening on our board, and I got to tell you, it's, yeah, go ahead.
We were talking about Speaker of the House. I'll give you the impression I'm under, and I could be wrong, so feel free to correct it. My understanding is the most important. The first factor is you have to want to be the Speaker of the House. It's a position that you run for in turn.
Correct.
So nobody else is running that I know of other than McCarthy.
Oh, not yet. But you don't run. They did, like right before the vote, some names will be thrown out like that week. It's the first week in January, and it'll happen. No. Nope, but I hope it's not McCarthy. If it is, we'll deal with it. But I don't trust that guy, Steve. He's a snake. I do not trust that guy. I just don't trust him. He was conspiring with Pelosi and Cheney to remove Trump from office and make Pence president.
The riots that they had, or whatever, however you want to characterize them, I know he had some bad moments there.
Mm-hmm.
The panic.
And then he removed Marjorie Taylor Greene from some committees because Nancy didnn't like her. No, I do not trust this guy. I do not trust him. And enough of Californians. You know, my goodness.
I just wanted to straighten that out.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people waiting in the wings here to make an impact after things come back from vacation or whatever it is they've been on. And a lot of people, a lot of the congressmen are going to make their big.
I think so. Yeah.
Course of the hearings.
Well, no, they're going to make some. There's going to be some moves made. Well, let's take some calls. If you're on hold, stand by. But we don't know who is really interested in being the speaker rather than Kevin McCarthy. But I'm expecting some people to come forward when we get close. January 3rd-ish is when we take over. So it'll be, so it'll be around that time. All right, our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once, twice. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Steve. I'm in Florida.
All right, Steve. What's up?
Not too much. In regards to the Speaker of the House, it does remind me of like a story from when I was younger. That I know when you're waiting in the wings, like basically, I think a lot of the people have been waiting in the wings for Nancy to die.
All right. Okay. I mean, my goodness. Same guy that called yesterday with something that I hung up on. All right, we'll have to wait for the delay to build back up before we take more calls. But you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity, though, to tell people about Anne Marie's. Okay, Anne Marie's is open today, and I'm going to tell you, I mentioned this yesterday, and you'll hear me talk quite a bit about this. My wife and I are having Anne Marie's for Christmas dinner. And I know that's a few weeks off, but you got to plan for Christmas dinner early. Now, they're not open on Christmas, so we're going to go over there the day before. Christmas this year is on a Sunday, Steve. And so we're going to go over on Saturday and get a whole bunch of stuff for takeout. And, of course, we'll heat it up and warm it up and have it when everyone comes over on Christmas morning. And I'm telling you exactly what we are ordering because I already know. I'm going to get the Sicilian meat lovers. Because, I mean, first off, the Sicilian will blow you away. I mean, have you had the Sicilian yet, Steve? Oh. I've never seen Sicilian like this outside of New York. I mean, it is unbelievable, and that crust on the Sicilian. I've been on a search for a Sicilian pizza for years. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true, and I found it at Anne Marie. So we're going to get the Sicilian, and I'm also going to get a regular pepperoni. But then we're going to order some of the Italian favorites. We're going to order the lasagna, which is made with Grandma's recipe with layers of pasta, ricotta, and ground beef. And by the way, on the Italian favorites, you can add meatballs, chicken, or sausage. So I'm going to definitely add sausage to the lasagna. We're going to get the baked ziti and spaghetti and meatballs. And let me tell you this, those Italian favorites, homemade, Grandma's in the kitchen. And the meatballs, because I know a lot of times people say, oh, spaghetti and meatballs, okay. You've not had the meatballs at Anne Marie's. And first off, they're huge. The meatball in itself is big enough for a meal, isn't it, Steve? I mean, they're massive meatballs. So that's what we're doing for Christmas dinner. But they are open today. They were not open yesterday. They're open today and all weekend long, Anne Marie's. And of course, we're going to get a bunch of the cannolis for dessert for everyone when they come over. And I can think of nothing better than Christmas dinner with Anne Marie's right there. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano, on the northwest corner of Copans Road and US 1 Federal Highway in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
John?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, if you're going to keep coming to our Starbucks employees and stop blowing up our bathroom.
Oh, yeah, well, tell me which Starbucks I go to in the morning. Oh, there he goes. Okay, yes. Oh, I had to hit the dump on the last part. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm waiting for the delay. This is a holiday weekend, people, and the liberals are upset. No more calls. And that's 2 calls in a row, different guys, and I had to use the dump button on both of them.
Yeah, these people are here. It's a family holiday. They probably have no family. They're sitting there isolated, depressed.
Or their families left them.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have left them in the course of their lives. That's what happens when you're a nutcase. I feel so bad for these people. They're really pain. They've taken a terrible beating through the last couple of years with Trump. They've been humiliated. They've been made to look like freaks, which is what they are, and they basically all their defenses have come down.
Yeah.
And they're just it's just sad.
Well, you know what's even makes it sadder is this. These are adults. This isn't like these aren't teenage kids that are doing phone pranks. These are grown men.
But it is. Can you imagine if you're a family person, I'm a family person. We're home with our families on Christmas and on the holidays, and we're cooking and doing all kinds of stuff that families do when they get together on the holidays. And these poor souls, they're isolated. They've been humiliated throughout this whole run here, and all they can do is sit there like blathering idiots and moan into the phone. I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad. Can you imagine what it's like feeling that way all the time?
No, I'd be suicidal. Yeah, really. When I say this though, these callers are grown men that are 40, 50, some of them even older, and they're calling in, talking that way, behaving that way. That's really, really pathetic. And I'll tell you this: so far as the Starbucks, as crazy as this sounds, the Starbucks I go to I go to several Starbucks, but there's one down the street from the radio station I go to. They're MAGA in there. Well, it was last week or the week before. I don't think I told you about this, Steve. I go through the drive-through, and they got new people there, and I go through the drive-through, and I go to get my coffee, and the woman, the barista handing my coffee, she says, "You sound like a guy on the radio." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Who?" And they said, "This guy Brian." I was like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "What radio station is he on?" And she told me, and I said, "Well, I'll have to check him out." Well, now she's... So apparently they listen. So yeah, but they're MAGA at this Starbucks, which is nice at the one I go to. But anyway, all right, our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I'm waiting for the delay to build back up. We've had to use on the last two callers. I hope I don't have to use it again. By the way, did you watch Annie Hall yesterday?
Why do you ask?
Because that name you were throwing out was from Annie Hall.
Singer.
Alvy Singer. That's Woody Allen's character in Annie Hall.
It's one of the funniest scenes in the movie. That's my favorite Woody Allen film.
Is that the one about with the black people stealing line? Is that Annie Hall?
I think so. Yes, I do believe so. But it's Woody Allen's with his girlfriend. I think it's Diane Keaton played the part.
Rich, what line?
He's standing on line at the Thalia Theater in New York on Broadway, which a lot of you may.
We're up against a break, Steve, so you gotta wrap it up.
All right, I'll pick up later.
Oh, okay. All right, listen, we'll be right back with the Gold Report.
All right, I'll pick up later.
Oh, okay. All right, listen, we'll be right back with the Gold Report.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals looking?
Metals looking okay after a close on Wednesday of about $1,750 in gold. We saw gold climb up to $1,767, and right now it's breaking back down to about $1,748. That's down $7.60. Silver right now down 32 cents at $21.19 the ounce. Platinum down $11 at and palladium down $44 at $1,770. The dollar slightly stronger this morning. Mostly abbreviated trading. Most traders are off today. We have given most of our staff off today. We will be open for just partial hours today from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. So if there's any business that needs to be done by our Steve Kane listeners, you can come in, give us a call first. We will be, our foreign exchange department will be closed today, and also our jewelry department will be closed, but precious metals will be open and rare coins. So you can still bring it in between 10 and 1.
Okay, William Youngman open today 10 to 1, but next week back to normal hours. I want to ask you a question. You know, listeners ask me questions, and I tell them to call you. I know nothing. I'm going to just ask William. The other day, you were talking about the great deals that people can get with you on 1-ounce gold bars. And I'd gotten a couple questions from people off the air. Do gold bars come in smaller sizes other than 1 ounce?
That's correct. We have gold bars as small as 5 grams, even some 1 gram bars and 2 gram bars. So you can get them real small, in-carted by the manufacturers, top mint, and they make nice little gifts also. So if you didn't want to spend a lot of money, you can get a small gold bar for your stocking stuffers or whatever you want to give them for. They make wonderful little gifts.
Oh, I'd love gold bars in my stocking. I'll tell you that. But the bars that you talk about from the mints, the Perth mint out of Australia, they're carded. They come in a nice card, and the bar is kind of, it's like in a plastic, like a plastic cover where it's on display almost. It's beautiful. All right, now, so, okay, short hours today at William Youngerman's, just 10 to 1, normal hours again on Monday. But you can call as well, toll-free, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, online, williamyoungerman.com, or stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, have a great day. We'll talk on Monday. All right, back after this. Immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, have a great day. We'll talk on Monday.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, back after this.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we are back, and let's go to the phones. Hopefully I won't have to use the dump button. It's a holiday weekend. Be thankful. Don't be miserable, okay? Yeah. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Steve. You misunderstood. I wasn't.
No. See, boom. There he is. And then, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's a couple of them. You know, this is so true. All right, this is so true. I was talking, and I just realized this the other day. You and I were talking about this on the show the other day. I went to Dr. Appleton for my arthritis pain in my finger, and you know, I went in about 3 months ago for my knee pain. 2 treatments with his laser wave pain treatment, gone. But I knew what caused the pain. I had that skateboard accident, and my finger. I have this arthritis in my finger, and I couldn't figure out why. And this is the finger where I have the arthritis, which, by the way, Dr. Appleton, he used the laser wave pain treatment and acupuncture. And the acupuncture is free, no charge, with your laser wave pain treatment. But the finger where I have the arthritis is the finger that I use for the dump button. And, you know, and on this program, the button that is used more than anything else is the dump button. And I want to say to people, when we use people that are new to the program, I hear from them and they're confused. They think we hit the dump button because somebody says something we don't agree with. People think that, no. I cannot tell you what the people said today that I used the dump button on. One of them was one of the top 3 most vulgar things I've ever heard somebody say on the phone to this show. It's when they say things that you can't say on the radio that we hit the dump button, and it's usually very vulgar. Most of the time it's an F-bomb, but today it was much more graphic than that. But over the years, because of our, you know, you liberals maybe can take some satisfaction in this. They're pretty miserable today. Maybe this will make them feel better. Liberals in this audience are responsible for me having arthritis in my finger and the finger that I use for the dump button because I got to use the dump button so much on them. That's amazing. But let me give out Dr. Appleton's number because I do want to, and I am serious about this. With just one treatment, my arthritis pain is gone. in my finger. And I didn't know I had arthritis till Dr. Appleton examined me. I knew I was in pain, and I thought I like jammed my finger doing something. And he says, no, Brian, you have arthritis. And it works. And I heard from a caller earlier in the program today who's got an appointment today with Dr. Appleton. But appointments are not necessary. In fact, walk-ins are welcome. And he's also open on Saturdays. And I'm just looking for Dr. Appleton's number here. And I can't, oh, here it is. If you'd like to call him, please do, all right? Laser wave pain works on all kinds of pain. And I just tell people about the acupuncture. He is offering free acupuncture with your laser wave pain treatment. But I didn't have the acupuncture on my knee, and the laser wave pain rid me of pain after 2 treatments with that. So if you don't want to do the acupuncture, you don't have to. But he did it on my finger, and the arthritis is gone. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710, and online at AppletonChiro.com. I don't know. We've got a full board of calls, Steve, and I just got a bad feeling about it. I'm just not going to take any calls right now. I don't want to end this great holiday week. No, all right, you're on the air.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, speaking of lonely on the holidays. Hey, Al.
What's up?
Happy Thanksgiving. Listen, I hate to defend a Trump supporter, but you guys ripped my brother-in-law, and he's a as big a Trump supporter.
We didn't rip your brother-in-law.
Because he bought me a hook.
Who ripped you?
You're the one who keeps telling you that you're the one who keeps sharing that the man who was married to your sister pays prostitutes. Not us. Well, I don't even know his name.
I don't even know that.
Exactly.
It was in Costa Rica. We were having a good time.
You know, let me tell you, Al, listen, slow down for a second. I give you a lot of breaks on this show. Steve doesn't like you. Okay, and it's told me so many times to ban you, and I've told this to people. You're the first listener I ever met that like knew me from being on the radio like 89 years ago when I first started doing this, and you know, so I remember, you were the first person that I met that was a listener who's like, oh, you're Brian, you know, so because of that, I always give you a little extra leeway, much more than I should. And what what you're doing today is really sick. And I'm gonna say what you're doing today in a very generic way. But you brought up this bizarre thing. You're trying to re-experience that trip to Costa Rica with us, which is sick and twisted. And please don't do that again. And I'm giving this to you as a warning. I enjoy your calls.
John, because I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'll think about that. But notice he didn't deny that he was trying to relive the Costa Rica thing. Yeah.
John, it's Al, the John.
Correct.
Okay, just to clarify it, so you don't misunderstand. All right.
Well,
and how do we know you're a John? Because the only way we could know.
Steve Kane Show.
You got on the air and told us about
Steve Kane Show.
Brother-in-law taking you out to.
Please, don't help him relive it, Steve. Please, please, please. I mean, so Al, come on. All right.
I feel bad for you. We all feel bad.
And please don't reference it again in this call. Don't reference it again in this call.
Okay, how are you going to handle when Trump is indicted in a few months?
I think that would probably gain him 10 points in the polls. Bring it on.
He'll get 5-10 points in the polls.
Absolutely.
He's sitting under house arrest.
Hey.
Next step in this drama.
That's another 10 points.
See it unfolding. Next step is the Attorney General is going to make a stupid move and overreach, and that's going to bring Trump back to the popularity he had at its height.
Interesting.
And that's the next move in this. In case you're interested in how it's going to.
I mean, I don't understand. I want to talk to you about this. Slow down for a second. You know, the Republicans went after the Clintons because they were criminals, right? When he was in the White House, And it stopped when he left the White House because he was no longer a player. So, and, you know, the reason that these things, and he couldn't, you know, the reason these things should continue with Trump is because the left and the Republican establishment know that not only is he popular, but he's going to win again in 2024. So they're running all these, yeah.
Right.
That's right. So they're running all these schemes about indictments, and they got this old lady who's claiming rape and all this BS. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. And you know.
Everything they've done all through the years or whatever it is, not once has he been convicted on anything.
In fact, he's been...
For that, Al.
Paradise Papers.
The Paranoid Papers? You've got the Paranoid... The Paradise Papers? Have you heard of the Paradise Papers, Steve?
I think he's...
What are the Paradise Papers? I've heard of the Pentagon Papers. I've heard of the Panama Papers.
You know how to use Google. Read about it.
Is it the Paradise Papers, the Pentagon Papers, the Panama Papers? What papers is it? Or is it the papers you wrap your joints with? Oh, my goodness. These you know, this is the holidays. We got single guys out there all alone, like you said, Steve, and they're just miserable. That's what's going on here. I mean, you got to feel bad for these guys. It's been one after the other for 3 hours here this morning. Oh, my goodness. Old and alone.
Lonely, yeah.
Lonely, yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, listen, they're loyal listeners to the program, so at least they've got one redeeming quality. I'm looking outside. It's raining pretty tough out there. It's raining today in sunny South Florida. No, you do. We're meeting later this morning. You have to. Yeah, yeah. We're meeting later this morning in an undisclosed location. That's right, an undisclosed location we're meeting. Well, listen, guys, we will be back here live on Monday morning, and this is the beginning of an exciting time. I was talking earlier. Elon Musk said yesterday that he is going to reinstate all the banned conservatives that were banned from Twitter starting next week. They're going to be reinstated. Mike Lindell, Laura Loomer, Milo Yiannopoulos, and about 1.5 million other MAGA patriots who were banned by Twitter are going to be unbanned next week. There's going to be a liberal meltdown in the media like you have never seen. This is going to be like, you remember that girl that was crying, those girls that were crying at Hillary Clinton's party on election night when Trump won? Okay, that's going to be the entire mainstream media. They're all going to be crying like that. It's going to be beautiful, and I can't wait. But I do want to tell you, Mike Lindell, of course, who's going to be unbanned from Twitter by Elon Musk. If you want to do some Christmas shopping, don't leave your house. It's raining outside. Stay home. Go to mypillow.com and buy something there. And with our promo code Kane, just huge discounts. And I want to tell you this. You can take advantage of any special you see at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane. Not just the ones I talk about. I talk about some of my favorites, but you can take advantage of all the specials there. But I do want to remind you that the slippers, I have 2 pairs of these. They have a bunch of new colors in for both men and women, including in the men's. They've got this green pine color in the moccasins. I didn't order anything for you, but we can if you want them. All right. You can give me the money. It's just $49.98. They're $90 off. You can $49.98. Now, let me tell you, though, about the slippers. They make great gifts. They have some new colors for the women, pink, a lavender color, but they have a bunch of new sizes for you guys out there that are extra wide and extra big, because I know some guys were telling me they couldn't find their size. I passed that along to Mike Lindell, and they have these new big and wide sizes available. Everything's in stock. $90 off, $49.98 with our promo code Kane at checkout. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right, it's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. It's been a great week. We'll be back live on Monday. Today's Black Friday. It was a great show, and thanks, everyone. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. I'm Brian Craig. Oh, boy. The callers, we had a run of creepy callers that I'm not even, now that I'm off the air, I can say what they said. I am not going to repeat what they said. I mean, what they said was some of the most disgusting things that I've ever heard. Really, I mean, bad stuff. Bad stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to take off, but Kathy and I will have a new podcast over the weekend, maybe 2 of them, so keep an eye out for those. Make sure you like the video before you go, guys. That helps me a lot. Yeah, creepy guys, that's the holiday time. Steve's right about that. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you.